going to try to do this one with the sideways view instead of the up and down. I had a good friend, one of those that you call a bestie, a younger generation. Kind of drives me nuts. But not this friend. They got these terms. So let's see if this one goes. Because this is another day, and another day with a red hat. And first check out the earrings. Matching, kind of, to a degree. Color coordinated. Not the most expensive, but I have a lot of earrings. Why not wear them? So we're on our way. First we have to make a stop, and I'm going to see what the reaction is when I get to this place for a little errand, and we'll see what happens with that, because it's kind of not in the best area of town and not the worst area of town. It's in an area in the state of Washington where I was born and raised and brought up, and I wish to grow old and not die too soon. I want to live long. So, you notice I've got my picnic shirt on, and there's a story behind that, but I'll try not to stray off the subject because we're on the road again. What I'm going to discuss in this one is something that happened yesterday, Sunday, and I didn't know about it until later when my husband returned home. And he happens to have a hat similar to mine, but his hat is black. And I like his hat, and some days he's gonna find his hat's gone missing because I might need to wear it. And he can borrow this hat. Yeah, we share. It's what you do after 30 years of being married. Except you don't, I have to say this, you don't share underwear. That one doesn't work. So, yesterday being Sunday, I left my hat at home, and I did go to church, and I did other things later in the day besides recording a video. FYI, I don't sit around all day recording videos. No, I don't have time. But upon my husband's return from church, and he stays after, sometimes he stays after quite late, he had his hat on getting out of the car, and I was told something that transpired which pleases me not, but I'll let it go. But I am going to put this out there so others can hear it. It's a small church we attend, and it's a good church, and I really enjoy our church, and I really enjoy the pastor, and he has a beautiful wife and a wonderful family, and the people at the church are very welcoming and very warm, and it's always a good sermon. And anyway, let's get to what I'm going to share with you that someone shared with me. So, my husband with his black mega hat. Uh-oh, I'm going to have another jerk right on my tail, and I am doing the speed limit. He was, as he told me, and I asked him this morning, as he told me, it was polite, but he was polite in the way he was asked. But they saw his black hat, and he was told something to the effect of, please don't wear that at service or during service, you don't do. That's my generation, that's his generation. Let's talk about our generation. That's something we just don't do. But there are others who do wear hats, and I'm not talking about people from other countries or whatever. There's people in our church that have served in the various branches of the service. And for it being a small congregation, especially for the early service, it tends to be maybe what you would say the older crowd. So I have no problem, and I think it's great, and I thank everyone who's served in every branch of our military. And if they want to wear their hat on their head in church, and it's not like a new hat or anything, it's just might have some sort of an emblem on it. They were in whatever branch of the military. That is just great. And maybe a lot of them wear it because their heads, oh, I'm gonna laugh, their heads are bald. Who knows? But you know, that's fine. They've served their time, let them do and be happy, and they should be proud for what they did. And then there's another person that is not of the older generation who wears some sort of a, it's hard to explain, a bandana, can't say the word, a bandana type thing on their head, or maybe a whatever, some kind of turban. It's in, how did my husband explain it to me? It's in memory of someone that they lost, or something to that effect. I'm not totally positive. Uh-oh, there goes the sheriff's car. I'm going to get in trouble for talking while driving. Did you know? Next thing you know, you're in the state of Washington, you're going to get ticketed for singing to music while driving, because that's a distraction. Anyway, back to the point. So there's a few others, and there has even been elderly women who come in, and God bless their hearts, I just love seeing them all decked out. And they come in and they've got the old style hat, and maybe they're dressed all in red, kind of like I'm a little red today. And hopefully I'll get some sun and get a little redder. But that's a good thing. But for someone in higher power in a church to approach my husband, who's older than them, and make sure that they let him know to not wear that hat, kind of rubs me the wrong way. So whatever you think about that, just let me know, because I know my husband. We've been together for over 30 years. Come the end of the year, it'll be 30 years of marriage. And I know him. And he may pull some funnies, and he may say some jokes, and he may do some whatevers, funnies, goofies, but he's a good man. And he knows what's right, and he knows what's wrong, and he knows when he's overstepped his boundaries. And he definitely grew up in the generation where you don't wear a hat in church. And it's one of those little things that sort of sticks in my craw. And that's an expression from the older generation, or is it a newer generation? Now, if I could sing, I'd start singing that song, Talk About My Generation, however that goes. But I won't. So, after I run this first errand, then I can go, and I'll let you know how that turns out with my red hat on my head. Yeah. And it should be interesting. And let's just hope I don't have problems. So there we go. And I'm coming into lots of traffic, so I think I'd best shut this off. And, well, maybe not. I can make this turn without we've got too many cars here in Washington. Now, I've said, President Trump, please come to Washington. I'm not asking you to come to Washington to fix our traffic problem. I don't think there's any fixing it. Not a chance. So, over and out now from the state of Washington and me. And I hope you all are having a good Monday. And now I'm gonna get rear-ended. Please. Nope, I didn't. Bye.